Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're on the PTR for Shadowlands to take a look at some of the new customization options. Today I'd like to take a look at the orcs. So let's move the bug reporter out of the way so that we've got a clearer view. And as you can see, there are lots of new options available. We've got new hairstyles, we've got war paint, we've got scars, we've got various jewellery. Look at those for great big earrings. So let's start at the very beginning with the faces, and let's make everything the first option, which removes much of the how do we remove? Let's remove all the tattoos and things. Make sure we've got none of those of it on when we first start. So we've got scarring on her face there. Can we remove those? There we go. That's it. So we'll remove all of the things so we can start looking at the colours and things, and then we can look at the various additions as we go along. So on this new interface, as you can see, we can look at the face, the jewellery and the body, and we've got different menus in each of these categories. And you can either go left and right with the arrows here, or you can use the drop down menu and you can see all the different options. So you can just scroll through them like that, and just so you can see all of them. So I believe there are 3 new colours now. Which ones exactly? I think the dark one is new, and there's a brighter green version. I think it might be this one, and then one of the paler ones, but I'm not quite sure which of these paler greens it is. I think it might be that one. So I think it might be 2, 10 and 11, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. But I think there are 3 new ones, so let's take a look at them all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So you've got all the variations of green, and you've got sort of browny green, and you've got through to blues, and you've got this very dark colour which is a new one. So you can choose a little bit more variation in the colours than you could have before. So let's go for the, actually maybe the dark one is a little bit too dark to see all the details. And then for the faces we've got 9 options. So I don't think there's a new face. I think the faces are the ones that we had before. Though, yeah, I don't think there's a new face. But there are lots and lots of other variations which are new. So you've got the traditional hairdos, and then you've got a few new ones as well. So this is definitely one of the old ones. One of my characters has that one. I'm not sure exactly how many new ones there are. So far they're all recognisable to me. So we go through the traditional older ones quite quickly. So we've now got 20 different hairstyles, so we've definitely got new ones. The bald, of course, is one of the new ones. Every race has now got the bald option for both the girls and the boys. And now, of course, they've all got names as well, so that you can talk to your friends and tell them which hairstyle that you've chosen for your character, and they can take a look at it and know that they've got the exact same one, so they can see what you've done. That's very bouffant, isn't it? I don't remember that one. And the hairstyles, quite a few of them are very sort of fighting style, so that they fit in with the idea of the culture, don't they? So a a lot of their hairdos make a lot of sense with the style of their culture, don't they? I like this. This is kind of, this side looks really set up ready to fight, because you've got the braids at the side and then the long ponytail, but then this little quiff here is a little bit of a nod to the rebel side rather than the being set up definitely for the fighting. So I think these at the end are the new ones. This one's definitely new with the two big ponytails and then the extra one, and then 2 ponytails in the back with the metal ends on it and the decoration. That's definitely new. I keep clicking on the colour instead. The undercut, this one is new with the braids at the side. The long ponytail we had just as a long ponytail was bald as one of the older hairstyles, but this is the long ponytail now with the braid at the side here and then this big flick, so that's definitely a new one, this undercut. So the thick and the undercut are both new, and then this mohawk is a smaller mohawk than the one we had before with a bit of fuzz on the head. That's a new one as well. High knot, I'm tempted to say that's new, but I suspect it might not be. Not sure about that one, that might be. And the loop, that's new. So you've got like a little tuft here, and it's all tied, so it's all kept back, and then it's clean shaven at the sides, and then the long knot, so that's definitely new. So perhaps these last 5 are all the new ones. Though I'm not 100% sure about the high knot, but the other 4, the loop, the mohawk, the undercut and the thick, are definitely new ones. Right, so let's have a big hairdo so we can take a look at the colours. So you've got the deep red, the brown shades there, 2 brown shades, the darker and the paler, the greens into the grey green, the white, the deep green, paler green to blue, purple, yeah, so pale purples, bright purples, and then for the eye colours, let's bring around the front. You've got quite a few new eye colours in this one. You've got the orangey red colours. Now some of these are definitely new. The red is definitely new, and I suspect the bright oranges as well. I don't remember those two, but the paler ones, I think a lot of these were here before. And then the blue, of course, here, the blue, bright blue, is a new one as well. And then the heterochromia with the blind eyes, that's new, and then these heterochromia with the one blind eye in different places, these are all new as well. So there's a lot of new options for these orcs. I think we might need to go quicker. And then scars, we did have a few variations in scars on faces originally, but now you've got very distinct scarring patterns on the faces. So actually I think we're going to have to turn these around. So the blade cut, so looks like a definite pattern that's been deliberately cut into the face. So you can make up your stories. The swipe, so you accidentally were fighting, you got caught by something with big claws. Thorns, this again looks like a scarification pattern deliberately put there, doesn't it? Like a ritual of some sort. And then the wyvern, again, looks very deliberate. So you've got a choice of different patterns and things that you can add with your character depending on the story that you might want to put in. So lots more choice for the role-playing idea. So let's move on now to the jewellery, and there's quite a lot of options here. So we've got 14 earring options, so you can have nothing, and then you can go through one at a time. So we've got gold hoops in the ears, and ignore the nose ring because that's on a separate drop down. So you can now choose your earrings and your nose rings and necklaces and things independently, whereas before they were always tied together. Now you can choose which you've got. So you've got plain gold hoops, you've got the golden helix, so you've got them up in the top of the ears. Then you've got the asymmetric, so you've got an earring in the lobe there, and then you've got the 2 high up as well as the lobe one there. And then you've got the gold stack, so you've got 3 earrings in both ears, and plugs, so it speaks for itself, plugs in the earlobes. Bone helix, so you've got bone in the top of the ear, there. You've got different styles of bones in the two. Kind of like they go piercings through the ear in this particular case. Iron hoops, quite low down. And then you've got the big hoops in the bottom, and then the earrings at the top on one side. And tusks, you've got the plugs with a tusk dangling down on both sides. And then you've got dangling earrings, which we can't see for the hair. Let's change the hairstyle to move it away from the... There we go, that moves it away. So you've got the dangling plugs on the two sides there. And then spikes at the top of the ear going straight through, look. Two on one side, one on the other. And then you've got ivory, so you've got extra earrings. You've got the ones on the earlobes and on the tops of the ear there on one side, and then it's clear on the other side at the top. And then you've got mixed, so you've got a variation of different styles mixed up together, and I think that's the last one. So if we look at the nose rings now, so let's look full on. So you've got none, then you've got the golden ring, or you can have a bone in the nose, which looks very, very painful to me. And then for the necklaces, we have three options again. So you can have nothing, you can have the bones, so it looks like you've collected things from your kills, or you can have a choker, so it looks like it could be used as protection or just a bit of decoration, or even to keep your neck warm, depending on how you want to look at it. So the final thing to look at is the bodies. So you've got three different options. You've got tattoos, war paint and war paint colour. So here you can make the tattoos and the war paint individually, so you can have both or none. So you've got 4 variations for the tattoos, so none. Then you've got the ferocity, which is a sort of pattern across the body, almost like tiger claw stripes around the body. Brutality, that's more of a pattern rather than reminiscent of being clawed. And immortality, which again is a little bit more of a design down the arms but not on the body itself. And then for the, let's remove those, and then we can look at the war paint ones. You've got 4 again, one of them being none, so you've got 3 patterns. So we've got none, then we've got beast around the shoulders and on the face. Look at the face. Then we've got ghost, so you kind of painted across the arms and then down on the legs as well, and down the length of the face on one side only, and the other side is bare. And then the final one is the bloodlust, which has got a lot of paint on the forehead. That one could look really good with a bald head perhaps, and then it goes much further down the legs. And then we can change the war paint colour, so we have 4 choices. We can do white, blue, green, greeny yellow, and the brown. So you've got a lot of options that you can choose from as you go through that. So let's take a quick look at the boys as well. So we want to go back and swap to the boys and take a look again. So a lot of the options here are going to be the same, because we're going to have the same eye colours and the same body colours and the skin colours, you see. So we've got all of the same skin colours for the boys that we did for the girls. So we've got these new dark tones, and one of these greens is the new one. It might be 2, I'm not 100% sure. It's one of these paler greens is an extra one as well. And again, I think all the faces are the same ones that we had before, so we'll just have a quick look through the faces for you. And remember, you can make all the changes in the barber shops anywhere throughout Azeroth, Broken Isles, anywhere you want to go. Hairstyles, so let's take a look at the hairstyles for the boys. So the bald, of course, is the new one for everybody. Top knot, so we're going to have a lot of the new ones probably at the end again. I like the way that they've got names. Con Mage, Crest, Tide, Braided, Dangly, Tail, Spiked, Mohawk, Ponytail, Long, Wild. That just looks like a crazy gone crazy scientist who's just raked his fingers through his hair and spread it all out, and he's gone mad. Wedge. High knot. Blade fist. Razor. I like the way that they've added all these names, I really do. Barons. Mane. Now, I think that the mane is new. I think that the barons might be new, but I'm not sure about that one. And razor, that I believe is completely new. I definitely don't remember a style like this. Love these dangly bits in the ears, in the bottoms of the hair, tied around the bottom here. So you've kind of got a combination of a mohawk, long hair, and braids down the side here. Love that. I think that's cool. Blade fist. I think that's a new one as well. That I think would look better in an upright orc rather than a city down one. So I think those are the, and this one here you go, the high knot, I think that might be new as well, because this is a very distinct sort of little knot up the top, kind of inspired by old sort of Chinese, it reminds me of like a Fu Manchu Chinese style hairstyles that the Hollywood would have used for like an intellectual Chinese person with a top knot. That kind of gives me that kind of style for this one. So I definitely think this is a new one, because I definitely don't remember that. So I think, again, I think it's the last few down here are the new ones. I think my favourite has to be this one. I think that's very interesting as a new style. And then the hair colour, of course, is going to be the same as for the girls. You've got the various shades of reds and browns, moving into the whites and greens and blues and purples and pinks. And of course some of these shades are going to be new for the orcs. And then the new addition for the guys, of course, is that you can change your beards, your sideburns separately from one another. They're no longer linked, so you can adjust each one. So for the beards, if you can have none, stubble, so it just looks all dark, that's kind of cool. Chin puff, goatee, both of those I think look a little bit small for an orc. I think if they're going to have a beard, I think they need a big beard. The split beard, the full beard, the thick beard, the tied beard, that's kind of cool. The long beard, and the braid, and the ringed braid. Oh, shame we can't just we can't see the bottom. That's a shame. Twin braids, tusk. So you've got these tusks in it. In case you need an extra weapon just to stab someone with, you've always got a little extra thing stuck in your beard. Thin. And that is the end of them. And then the sideburns, of course, can be done separately now. So you can have none, low, hanging, full, bushy, thick, long braids, strands. So you can mix and match as you like to build up the style of the character that you like. It's really nice that we've got that extra customization. And then the eyes again, the reds are new, and then the heterochromia is new, and the blues, of course, are the new addition as well. So we've got quite a lot of new variations there as we go. So let's take a quick look at the jewellery, scar, etc. options. So let's remove the tattoos and the war paints so that we can see those better. So let's go back to these. Here you go. So for the scars, you can have none, a swipe along the eye, a cut near the mouth, the burn along the face. So, ooh, yeah, so very interesting that. And then we've got the grime. So this, where they say grime, that makes me think of dirt, but it's kind of like shading on their face. So you can have none, and you can have the mouth, so the bottom half of the face gets darker around the eyes, so it looks like they're a bit more sunken in. So it's just a little bit of shading on the face. I don't want to think of it as grime, because grime just suggests they're dirty and they haven't had a bath. Right, so earrings. So none, upper, so he's got earrings in the top, so you've got 2 on one side and 3 on that one. Then spikes, so he's got spikes in the top of the ear, just on one side with the earrings there, and then plug, so we've got the plug in the lobes on both, tusk, so he's got a tusk on one side, look, with the two earrings on the top at both sides, and then rings, so double ring there and a single ring there, and those are your earring options for the guys. Then for your nose, you can have nothing, you can have a gold ring, you can have an iron ring, you can have a bone, which looks really painful to me. And then for your tusks, you can do these independently, of course, to change the tusk coming out of your mouth. So you can have the natural one, so you've got your tusks in their full natural state. You can add a little gold ring to the bottom of both of them where your mouth is. Broken, one of them is broken obviously there, or you can put an iron band around one of your teeth, and those are your options for the guys. And then when we go to the tattoos, of course we've got the same ones as the girls did, so you've got none, your ferocity, brutality, and of course you can do them all independently, and you can do both at once, and immortality. And then for the war paint, you can have none, you can have beast, so you can put them on top of each other. Look, so let's remove those tattoos so you can see this. So the beast for the war paint, and the ghost, and the bloodlust. And of course you can change the colours, so white, blue, yellow and brown. And of course you can add both the tattoos and the war paint at the same time, so you can layer things up to suit you. And of course you can change whether you are upright or not. So that is the orc customization options that have been added in the pre-patch to Shadowlands. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!